Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be drawing this. I call it a 3D painting. It's not a 3D painting in the usual sense that you would think a 3D painting is, but it's 3D to me. And it's an easy painting that you can do yourself. The concept is easy. You can use any style that you want to use. If you want to use watercolors, if you want to use graphite pencils, charcoals, oil pastels, if you want to use oil paint, you're gonna have to wait a little while. And this one specifically I did with acrylics. So I'm gonna be showing you how to do this one and give it that 3D effect. And I'm gonna be talking today about the styles of art. No, sorry, scratch that. This is what poor planning does. The artists that have inspired me to create and why they inspire me so. Okay, let's go. Okay, so the first artist that we're going to talk about today is Mila Useche. This is a Colombian artist that is based in Ehime, Japan. I hope I'm saying that right. I truly do. But I absolutely adore the style. So usually this artist uses acrylic paints as a base, and then they go over it with oil pastels. Personally, I tried that concept and I really liked it in one of the paintings that I did. However, oil pastels for me is not as enjoyable to do as a process, so therefore I normally stick to acrylic paints. But some of the paintings that she has done, and you can go to the Instagram, it is Mila.Useche account. Sorry, I was a little bit confusey there. Okay, so there's like this one painting that I really love. I think it's called I can't really tell, but I'm gonna put it over here. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Bam. All right, that's one of the paintings that I really enjoy. Another painting that was one of my absolute favorites because I just love the vibrancy, the playfulness that this artist has, is a painting right here, and this one's called Joyride. Okay, so this one actually has a name on her Instagram. I'm looking. Joyride. I love the colors. I love the clouds and the white fluffs, and it's just so beautiful. One thing that I love about this artist is the fact that they use these pops of white to chunky pops of acrylic paint to like accentuate the shine and just bring out those characters. It's beautiful. It's almost as if a child drew this with exceptionally genius skills. So yes, this is one of the artists that has influenced me and has showed me that you don't necessarily need to draw serious in order to be taken seriously as an artist. So a funny story is, one time I was at Barnes & Noble's, and in one of the main like stalls or whatever that's called, shelves that they show in the front when you walk in, there was this art book by Yoshitaka Nara, and I had never heard of this, I had never heard of this artist before. I'm not very well versed in other artists, but I saw the book. I went through the book and eventually actually got the book, and it's one of my favorite art books. And I realized this looked very similar to Mila's work. And when I went back to her YouTube channel, I saw in the back a book that had one of the dogs that Nara had painted. And I realized there was no coincidence to this. Simply they are inspired by this type of work, and I very much have been inspired by Yoshitaka's work as well. And I just felt like, yeah, that was pretty cool. So it's nice to see that the person that you are inspired by is also inspired by other people. It gives them relativeness, like relatability. That's what it is. It gives them relatability, and you're able to actually like see that these people are human and they themselves don't just come up with things out of thin air. They are influenced just as much as you are. The next artist that has influenced me greatly and inspired me is a Netherlands-based illustrator and self-proclaimed pigeon stalker. This is Maria Tiurina. And again, I am so sorry for butchering people's names because I'm very bad naturally with names. But yes, this artist primarily works with watercolor. What I love about this artist is the amount of detail and vibrancy and just the style itself of the work. There's so much going on, and this is a very dangerous artist for me in the sense that this artist has often thrown me back into trying watercolor because their art is so inspiring, and really it's kind of held me back in a sense because I realized that, for one, I don't have the inclination to draw as much detail and draw as many things as she does, and also I don't necessarily like working with watercolor. It just takes too long for me. I understand why she uses watercolor when she's working with so many characters and so many details and pieces, but again, since I don't do that much in my artwork is a little bit more simpler. It's kind of like, yeah, you know, she always like brings me back into the watercolor. I'm like, no, I can't. I don't like watercolor as much as you think. Watercolor for me is more like a chill type of thing where there's absolutely no expectation, but I would not want to use it as my primary medium. Now, one of my favorite pieces that she has done is this large watercolor piece called Thought Slaughter. I love the colors in it. I love how the blues reflect or complement the reds here. It's very astonishing to look at. And also another piece that I like is this piece, which is the piece that inspired me to create this 3D piece myself. Sorry, I'm saying piece so much. This is called The Compass of Tomorrow Part 2. Or part 2 is, no, it's The Compass of Tomorrow. Sorry, I'm reading it straight from Instagram. But yes, this artist is absolutely amazing. Countless times she just draws me back in time and time again, and she's one of these original artists that I really was inspired and in awe of. Okay, so another artist that inspires me is this artist called Bob Daub. He is a painter that does primarily kind of surrealist portraits of inanimate objects and gives them personalities. I really enjoy his art. It's just in your face. It's so beautiful and stunning and vibrant and just like unapologetic. I really love his style. It's crazy because it's not like there's not a lot I can say about this artist other than when I see it, I know that this is closest to the style that I would like to create. Just all of it, the medium type. I'm not really sure if he uses oil or acrylics, but just the mediums in it and all these things, it just makes me feel like home when I look at his work. It's simple, but it's not simple or lacking in skill at the same time. By no means is it lacking in skill. This guy is a genius when it comes to painting, and that's not something that I even have to say. That's something that you can see yourself as you're watching this. Okay, another artist that I really enjoy is Alberto Ortega. Now, Alberto Ortega, I've seen his work specializes mostly in doing like neighborhoods at night. There's like this eerie feeling about it, and it's just this dimness. It makes you feel almost like home. It makes you wonder what they're doing in those houses. Are they having dinner? Are they reading a book? Are they all together playing board games? There's something so nostalgic, so relatable about these pieces, and the moodiness of it. It just makes it so beautiful to just witness. This is definitely different from the other artists that I have talked about, and that's, you know, it's just, I like to get a little bit of everybody's style, which is essentially what every artist does, is just get a little bit of everything that inspires them and just kind of make their own type of pieces. And this person, I saw a video of them that they actually have little model homes and they light it up and they photograph these little model neighborhoods, and then they go ahead and they paint it. And I feel like that is definitely a lost art in me, at least, because usually I just take my, you know, my references from just a regular like Pinterest, you know, yeah, mostly Pinterest more than anything else. And I would really like to be able to take photos and be able to, you know, create my own models and just take photos from it and then be able to do these art pieces from there. In the meantime, a lot of it does have to come from little pieces here and there from different Pinterest pictures, but nonetheless, I'm happy with most of the work that I have created, but I would like to level up in that sense later on in the future. And I'm thinking one way that I can do that is by creating my own model clay sculptures, or maybe like plastic sculptures that can be movable. I have to try to figure out how that's done so that I am able to like photograph them and be able to create, you know, these little worlds of people and things like that. So that's definitely something that maybe in the future I would do. I want to look into like the clay modeling and stuff like that. So, you know, stick around. Maybe in the future I will be doing that. Well, yeah, there you go. Okay, and my last but not least artist that inspires me, of course there is an exhaustive list of artists that inspire me, but this is one that is like main people that inspired me countless times over and over again, and this one is Grant Wood. Now this is an older artist, and this artist is famous for American Gothic, which you have probably seen if you don't live under a rock. This artist is also wonderful when it comes to landscape paintings, especially like the rural, I believe it was Iowa or Idaho, rural farmlands, kind of airplane view paintings that are just so wonderfully stylized. They're not like just a painting that you say, okay, yeah, this person took it from a photo and he just copied it, or he just copied it literally as what he saw. And no, it's not like that for him. For him, there is a stylization when it comes to these landscapes that I admire so much. The use of greens in his landscapes are awesome as well, beautiful. Now his style is not as like moody as I like to tend to make my landscapes, and I don't really know, I'm just kind of in that phase right now with moody landscapes, to be honest with you. I don't really know why, but yes, I also like doing backgrounds of like blue skies with clouds. These are like, it's these two, it's one or the other, you know, either nighttime rainy moody, or sky is blue with white clouds. But yeah, that is the other artist that has countless times just inspired me over and over again, that I return to, and just I just absolutely love their work. I absolutely love it. And you know what? I forgot somebody else so important. Black Bean CMS. Come on now, like everybody knows who this is. This guy makes me feel happy to just do portraits and not worry about having to do other things, even though I get bored of portraits too and stuff, but mainly I gravitate towards doing portraits. Now he's the one that got me to buy oil pastels and try them over and over again, and although I do like the result of oil pastels, personally for me it's a little bit too physically demanding. It's just too rough. It's like, I feel like my hand's gonna hurt, and it does every time I try to finish like a portrait, and you kind of have to work big and all this stuff. But his way of using oil pastels makes it look like he's not using oil pastels, like he's using oil paint or acrylic paint. It just comes out so smooth. The eyeballs and like just the beautiful colors that he uses to create eyes, and just to create the lighting in the face, and the stylization, it's so quirky and weird and awesome. this person has definitely inspired me to like push to create more fun and quirky arts. So yes, I'm sorry, how could I do this video without Black Bean CMS? But yes, these are the artists that have influenced me and inspired me greatly, and that I come to over and over again. Like I said, there is an exhaustive list of artists that inspire me, but these are more these are more like the kind of arts that I would like to make. And with that being said, guys, this is the finished product of the 3D painting that we have hopefully done together. Hopefully you've done this with me. Hopefully you replayed this video many times as you're doing it. Just kidding, but yeah, if you like this video, please feel free to let me know and let me know what type of videos you would like to see in the future. All right, guys, so I'll see you on the next one. Bye.